we're live, and welcome to our episode this week of LiNK on Japan, the #1 live broadcast from LiNK Japan Careers. I'm Brian, and I'm here today with...
Yep, Reese. You guys probably know me by now.
And I'm Michelle. You might know me as well.
Yeah, Michelle's been with us a fair bit. Okay, so Brian, step us through today. What are we doing here?
Well, first we're going to talk about some just general topics that are going on in Japan and some things of interest, and then we're going to talk about some jobs that are on our jobs page right now on linkjapancareers.net, a site you should be checking every day and telling your friends to check every day. And
Every day.
every day. And then after that, if you have any questions, we'll take your questions at the end, and then we'll be done.
All right.
How's that sound?
It sounds great. Okay, so the first bit of just pop news that I found out about just the other day, Final Fantasy. The game, that most of you guys probably know. It's a big, very successful Japanese role-playing game. It's all over the world. There's had a number of movies, there's books, there's online games, there's been collaborations, mobiles, everything. They're making a musical.
A musical.
A musical. A live-action musical.
Oh, wow.
And I am shamelessly excited for this musical. Apparently the tickets are going on sale around December, and the casting hasn't been done yet, but it's expected to show in Tokyo in March.
Okay.
And I thought, maybe this is a bit of a hoax or something. I just went down to Family Mart, and they've already started these little pins you can collect, these little badges.
Yeah.
And I am so on board on that. I'm collecting. I'm getting ready. Michelle, Brian, do you guys know about Final Fantasy?
Not that much about it, no.
Not much about it?
It's very famous.
It's very famous, Michelle?
Not really, but I think I've seen stuff around about it, but yeah.
Oh, well, what you guys must know about Final Fantasy, so please, if this news is exciting to you, if you're interested, if you played a Final Fantasy game and you have a favorite character, favorite moment, let us know in the comments, because, we want to sort of engage with you guys on that. Next bit of news, a bit more sad. Let's talk about the typhoon that just happened. I myself, during the typhoon, I was in Kyoto, and I was very lucky in the sense that I was not really inconvenienced. There was a bit of noise, there was a bit of wind, but it was safe. Where I was, they of course cancelled the bullet trains, but that was to be expected. What about yourself, Michelle?
So for me, I was really, really scared. I mean, I've been in Japan for a couple of years now, so I've experienced a couple of typhoons, but this one was so, they talked so much about it and were like, you have to be careful. So I was really scared, but honestly, I'm really fortunate that in my area, Itabashi here in Tokyo, we just had normal rainfall, and then around 9, when it was supposed to hit us, it just went quiet, just did. So nothing really happened, and I kept waiting is it going to hit now, but yeah. And then the next day I was so surprised when I saw the news and the other areas that were really affected, and I just really felt so bad for those people.
Absolutely. I think Nagano was just battered on, and thoughts to everyone in Nagano. Hope you guys are okay. I know that the bullet trains, at least of this morning, are still out to there. Brian, you were in Chiba, so it was a bit more maybe than Tokyo and Kyoto. What was it like in Chiba?
Well, it was really heavy, and the rain was really coming down, and then right in the middle of it, boom, there was the earthquake.
Wow.
And I thought you couldn't add anything more exciting than an earthquake in the middle of a typhoon.
Yeah.
It was quite an experience.
And this is just was it a few weeks ago? My memory's gone already. Chiba got hit by a typhoon just recently, right?
That's right, yeah.
Yes.
There was a lot of destruction in the Boso Peninsula area. There was already several thousand houses that were without power. I had prepared a lot. In fact, I think I prepared too much. I had a lot of water stocked up and food stocked up, and I have put tape on my windows, and now I have to get that tape off. As you can imagine, I was scraping the tape off.
Yeah.
here on the weekend. So
What other sort of things? Because I know, Brian, you've been here for, you were here, Windows 95, released in
so I've been
Japan.
here a
This
long
guy's
time.
been here for a long time.
Been here a long
What
time.
would you recommend, maybe if you've just come to Japan or you're coming to Japan and, you've never experienced any sort of disaster, what are some sort of things you should prepare?
Well, definitely have some food and some water in your apartment is the number one thing. Even if there is some kind of a disaster, most of the time you're able to evacuate, and they'll tell you well in advance, 2, 3, 4 hours in advance. Now's the time to evacuate. And if you listen to that time when they say now's the time to evacuate, and you actually evacuate, you'll be safe, and you'll be able to go to a school or to a community center or somewhere where they'll have blankets and food and water and stuff, and they'll take care of you. And you can expect, if you're evacuated, to be in one of those in evacuation for up to 3 days, but they have supplies for that.
Okay.
Right. Another thing you should do probably is get a backpack and put a set of clothes in there, and toiletries and any really necessary personal items, copy of your important documents and so on that you can take with you, and extra batteries, cell phone charger, those kind of things. So if you have to just pick up and go, then you'll be good.
Okay, well that's good advice. Now one last bit of news that I want to talk about, and I hope you guys have been following it as much as I have. Rugby, the Rugby World Cup. Yeah, so as an Australian, I'm still excited about the Rugby World Cup. It's been a bit rough for us, but Japan is on fire. Did anyone watch the game on was it Sunday now? Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't watch the game. I've just been keeping up with. I'm just I just kind of hear people talk about it. I'm like, okay, this is where it's at now. But yeah, I really haven't been watching the games, honestly.
Oh, what about yourself, Brian?
Not interested.
Oh my gosh, guys, come on. Okay, well, it's electrifying. It's a really great atmosphere right now. Japan is going very well. Yeah, I if you guys don't know much about it, I'm not going to talk. No, it's cool.
Sorry,
we're playing off the cuff, so this is bound to happen. But
it's a live show.
The best or worst.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is Rugby World Cup. It's even if you don't follow the rugby, following Japan and their journey in this is really exciting, especially if you love cheering for the underdog. But I mean, Japan is quickly challenging that. All right, let's talk about something we do know more about, which is our current openings. Michelle, tell us a little bit about one particular opening we've got.
Okay, so one of the openings that we have is with hotels, and so the good thing about our positions, especially the hotel positions, our hotels are more of the 5-star kind of hotels, and it's not just small tiny hotels, and you would specifically have to just do front desk work, admin work. You don't have to do things like bed making like with other hotel positions, because sometimes I've interviewed candidates that have worked in hotels, and the post was advertised as front desk, but then they ended up having to do stuff like bed making, cleaning, and all of that stuff. Yeah, right. So the good thing about our positions is
I've talked to candidates that said the same thing.
Exactly, right? Yeah. And I was so surprised. So they were asking me for sure, is it strictly front desk work and admin work kind of thing, and are there career advancement opportunities? And I was like, definitely they are. In a couple of years you will probably be in a management kind of position, and if you keep on working well, definitely you can advance your career and that kind of thing. So that's the good thing about our position.
That sounds great. And this hotel chain, now one of the things I quite liked about it, and if you want to find out more, please apply. But one of the cool things I liked about it is it combined I love this sort of, I guess, traditional Japanese aesthetics, of a ryokan into a hotel. So it looks really cool.
True.
And I quite liked how they had this approach from at least what I had read, that it was about making people come to Japan and feel like it's a second home, and feeling like they belonged in Japan during their stay. So it's really, really cool.
It's really good, and they're really family oriented. So if you're someone who's into wanting to meet new people, new families from all over the world, you know, interact with kids, young people, like, you know, different age groups, like that would be really quite exciting.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, and if people want to make an application, where should they go, Michelle? Our website, which is linkjapancareers.net. Okay, Brian, tell us about another opportunity we have.
Well, we have since Friday, we have a number of new exciting IT jobs that have come up.
Yes.
Right. We have a network engineer, server engineer, mechanical engineer, two types of mechanical engineering. By mechanical, I mean it's IT, but it's working with mechanical things like automotive systems and hydraulic systems, and various types of IT involved with that. System engineer, testing engineer, IT system testing, and these jobs that are on our site. This company is really great. What they do is they take people who are not fully established in the IT world. They take someone who has a little bit of experience, right? Say you have some experience, you did some tech support, or you know a little bit of programming or something, but do you have the confidence to really just go and work professionally by yourself? Probably not. They have a really good training system, and they take those people and they mentor them, and they send them to classes, and they pay for the classes, and they raise them up and they train them, and when you're fully certified and get your skill level up, they are sending these people out to major Japanese corporations, hundreds of them, the Googles, the Facebooks, global ones, the Japanese ones, Rakuten, Toyota, Hitachi, big name places, and you go out to those sites, out to the customer site, work in a team, people from your same company and also people from that client company, so you get face-to-face exposure with these people who are really the elite of the business world in Japan. And that is such an awesome opportunity. I had an opportunity like that myself in English teaching. You know, I was going around to major corporations for 7 years, and I did a lot of big pharma and a lot of oil company classes. So I went around and met all these people. I would have never met these people normally if I were not working for a company that sent me out to these other places. So that's a great way to get a lot of experience and to get your training and to get hands-on experience working with real corporate level projects, big projects. They do games, they do virtual reality, they do everything.
They do everything.
From manufacturing to children's stuff, they do it all.
Yeah.
Right? So we have some really great jobs on here. And there's sometimes a wide pay range, sometimes it seems low. If it's a low thing and you're starting off with no experience, you're going to get a lot more benefits anyways from the training and stuff they're going to give you. And that's going to give you a higher earning potential in a year or two.
I think that's a really good point you sort of touched on there, Brian, because I mean, obviously, you know, we all want to make a living, but you know, one of the things we often hear from you guys is that, you know, oh, you know, I loved doing a bit of teaching, it was fun, but I really want to transition out. How do I transition out to this next job? Well, this might be a very good viable option if you have some sort of interest in IT. You know, you sort of can do that transfer, you know, maybe start off a little low. And I mean, I still think, you know, comparatively.
Even in the job posting, it gives you the company's kind of pathway that they have. Let's say your first initial job when you sign on, you might be getting 2.4 million a year. That's a pretty standard starting level salary for Japanese graduates, right? So you're going to be treated the same as Japanese graduates, which is one of our goals here at LJC, is to make sure that you're on the same even playing field, right? Now, it says here, 3rd year with the company. Okay, imagine you go in, you do your training the first year, and you understudy with somebody, and the 2nd year you're out at a big company project for a year. That project's successful, you go up the ranks. 3rd year in the company, 5 million yen. $280,000 a month plus 2 bonuses a year. That's going to be filling up your bank account.
That's
Right.
true. That's true.
Right. From there, increases of 500,000 yen per year. They're saying here in the 5th year, 7 million yen. The 5th year of the company, you know, you're the project leader by
This
that
is true.
time. You
That's
are
true.
taking command of a big corporate project.
And it did mention there, you know, I looked at it as well, that there is, you know, opportunity if you do want to, if maybe even you're mid-level and you want to sort of get, you know, a bit of a feel in project management, they do have those projects as well.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, that's the kind of thing. 5 years with this company, and you're ready to make a jump
Yeah.
to start your own company, or
Yeah,
to
that's true.
go into another bigger company somewhere else in the world, even, or in Japan, or you know, you developed a set of skills that you can take anywhere.
That's it.
Right? And this is the kind of opportunity we love to give people.
Yeah, and these are the type of clients we're looking for.
Yeah,
you
definitely.
know?
This is it. This is what cross-cultural design is.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely.
All right. Okay, and you know, you can find out again about these jobs.
You got to check them out.
Link Japan
Link
Careers.
Japan.
Japan
.net.
Careers.
That's it.
Right.
All right. Okay, so we've been chatting for quite a fair bit now. Let's open up the floor to you guys. Any questions you want to shoot us, you know, type them away.
Yeah, you can. If you have a question, you can drop it in the comments below.
Oh, they're below.
In
All
the
right.
Comments below.
Comments below.
Right. And I'm looking at the screen right now. I can see there's 4 people there right now. I can see you. There's 4 of you. So if you have a question, go ahead and write it in. Okay. I guess while we're waiting for questions,
We're
we'll
waiting.
find something else here.
While we're waiting for questions, one thing I can sort of mention, we also have a lot of seminars coming up. You know, for one of our largest clients, which I can mention by name, and that's Interac. You know, if you've thought about being an ALT, or maybe you just want some time to do a job that you know while getting those Japanese skills, you know, check that out. We will be doing seminars from now all the way through to at least February, maybe even March, for the April New Year. Brian, you got anything for us yet?
I don't see any questions out
Oh,
there.
no.
Interac's a great job, though. If you're just getting started in Japan, or you want to come over, you know, get yourself an Interac job and come over and go to school. Go teach in schools. Get your Japanese skills up. There's no better place
That's true.
to acquire Japanese than, you know, in a school dealing with young people every day.
Absolutely.
In the classroom, you'll be speaking English, but outside of the classroom, it's a great place to learn Japanese.
That's true.
I did the same job, right? And in my first 6 months, I went from 0 Japanese to being able to make phone calls,
Yeah.
right?
And that's
Because
a
of
sort of common-
survival.
yeah,
you have to survive,
That's a
right?
common
That's
story.
true.
That's a
Yeah.
common story.
Right? And
Yeah.
you know,
No.
I did that for 3 years and came down here to Tokyo, got a job, you know, based on my Japanese speaking ability. Right? So if I can do it, you could do it.
Absolutely.
Right.
Anyone could do it.
Anyone can do it, right?
All right. Well, I'm looking here and I'm not really seeing any questions. And
I'm
hey,
not
that's
seeing
cool.
any questions. That's all right.
That's cool.
You
So-
know, if you do have a question,
Yeah.
you can go to our homepage, and there's a chat window on the homepage. Drop your question in there, and it comes to us, and we'll check it out and write back to you.
Yeah. But otherwise, guys, thank you for your time. We'll be here probably next week.
Yep.
See you then.
Yep.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You need a clicker.